Hey guys, Allie here. I wanted to bring up resistance and discord in the body tonight, and what that primarily is telling us, and why it's important to notice and to observe. I always think noticing and observing is so key when we're creating our reality, because that way we're conscious and intentional about what we do and what we think and what we speak and how we act. So when we notice resistance or discord within our body, first we notice that it doesn't feel good. There's not an alignment, there's a discord in our body. This comes from particularly is when we have two opposing thoughts. So let's say that we are in a place where we're inhabiting a state of more abundance, but we're just starting out. So we have a current reality where we have lack from our previous state, but we are learning, and I never like to say learning. We are remembering that we are powerful creators, and we are changing our state to reflect abundance. So we have a thought of, I am financially abundant. I am always taken care of. So that's one of the thoughts that we are inhabiting in the state that we're creating. And then we notice the voice that comes up that says, no, you're not. What about like your bank account? There's like nothing in it, And then you feel this discord or this resistance because you have two separate thoughts. You have your desired reality, and then you have this other thought that is from your previous reality, something that maybe you're used to thinking and identifying with, and those are in discord. Well, this is a good thing. Observe that. Resistance and discord are feedback. It's feedback from our true self, our body. Our body can act like a barometer. I think that's the right analogy, guys. Don't call me out if it's not. I'm trying here. It can tell us, what's true for us and what's not. So when we have our desire and then we have a thought pop up that's from like our past reality, and they conflict and we don't feel good. The reason we don't feel good is because that old thought of, look at your bank account, there's not anything in it. That old thought is not true. That's not true to who you are. You are an abundant being. You are a powerful creator. Everything you desire and want is here right now. All we have to do is recognize that by inhabiting that state and putting our awareness on it. So our truth is that we're abundant. We are abundant beings, and we have everything we could ever want. It's just we have to accept that, give that to ourselves, and recognize that. But when a thought comes up of lack, which is not our truth, that is completely false, but it comes up, then it hits against our desired reality, and there's that discord that's showing us, oh, hey, so I have this lack thought coming up, Big key, always know that when you observe that and when you see that, that is like such a powerful step, because you're not caught up in the story and you're not identified with, oh, now I don't have that money. It's not in my bank account. You recognize that that's a lack thought, and that is creating resistance, which means that lack thought is not true at all, and you choose to stay focused on, you know what? No, that I might have had a previous reality where I identified with that, but I'm no longer identifying with that anymore. I know that I am abundant. Abundance is unfolding in my reality in every moment. I am always taken care of. Abundance is my birthright. I recognize that I have abundance now. Anything like that you identify with, in terms of pulling your focus away from the lack, recognize that you had that come up, and that's fine. That's one version, that's one reality. You no longer choose that anymore. You no longer desire to experience that. So you see that come up, and you choose. That's where your power is. You choose. I choose to let go of that, and I choose to instead focus on abundance is my birthright, and it's unfolding in every moment. More and more abundance comes to me in every day, in every way. Like I said, there's a lot of different things you can come up with, different mantras, different, quick sentences that feel good to you. And I just tell people to find something that resonates and is very natural for them. And so guys, just recognize, a lot of us, like, that resistance and discord doesn't feel good in our body. And we never like to feel that. But when we're unconscious, we start to identify with that resistance and discord, and we start to get sucked into this story of maybe the lack perspective. And if we do that and we're not being the observer, then we will start to feel worse and worse and worse, because we'll go into this whole lack identity story. And as we feel worse and worse, that's just our spirit, our consciousness telling us, this is not your truth. This is not your truth. Put your focus back on what you want. And when you put your focus on things that you want to experience, that are true to your heart and to your true self, you feel good. And that's how your body tells that to you. That's how your body communicates to you about what is best for you and what isn't. All things like feelings that don't feel good and feelings that do feel good, and beliefs and assumptions and all of those things, all they are is just possibilities in the field. And when we choose to identify with them, if it's in our highest good and it's something that our soul is directing us to, then it feels good. But if it's something that doesn't serve us and it disempowers us, then we feel bad. And that's just our soul, our higher self, consciousness, God, the intelligence, divine intelligence telling us that this does not serve you. You do not want to create more of this. And it's really just as simple as that. And as we are the observers and we see that for what it is, instead of getting caught up in, oh, I don't feel good, and getting caught up in the stories and then going back into a previous identity, instead observing and knowing and seeing things for what they mean and choosing accordingly, that's where we get all our power. That's where all our power comes in. And so that's how we can choose to intentionally create the life that we desire. And that's what we're here to do. So I think that's all. I hope that was clear, guys. If you have any comments, please drop them below and I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. So have a good night or have a good morning, and I will see everybody tomorrow. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.